Hello, KW agents. Here are a few marketing updates. Look out for monthly content from Agent Marketing Desk, delivered straight to your inbox every week. Need a new bio? Try our AI-powered Agent Bio chatbot. Chat with the bot, and it will instantly create your professional biography. This free tool helps you craft a bio you can use on your agent website, social media profiles, car account, and in your listing or buyer presentations. Visit our website to use the chatbot and explore all of our marketing services and resources. Agents are using video to tell their story, grow their brand, and lead generate. Here is this week's Agent Spotlight with one of our top producing agents.
Real estate is more than just buying and selling a home. Everyone has a story, which is what I love most about my job, helping my clients navigate and face the big life transitions. Hi, my name is Serena Chiu. I am the owner of Ambassador Real Estate Group at Keller Williams Southwest and Ambassador Management Group. We are a team helping clients buy, sell, invest, and manage properties in around Houston area since 1998. Growing up in Taiwan, both my mother and father were teachers. So naturally, they encouraged me to become a teacher, which is what I did. I graduated from college. I got married and went to graduate school. After graduating, I taught at my college for 6 years before moving to the United States. After a few twists and turns in life, my 3 children and I ended up in Sugar Land, Texas. Once settled in Sugar Land, I started my career as an assistant property manager. In the same year, 1998, I got my real estate license, and in 6 years, I obtained a broker's license and started my management company in 2004. I understand better than most that each client is unique and their needs are always prioritized. As a former teacher, I take an educational approach to helping my clients understand the buying, selling, and investing process. Whether it's a change in job, relationship, location, or want for something new, I will consistently make an effort to make sure my clients are supported and excited with each transaction from start to finish. My most authentic passion is helping others. My service does not stop at closing. Most of my clients still call me for questions or vendor referrals to this day. I feel very fortunate to be in real estate and property management and have met all the wonderful clients who have become lifetime friends. I thank God for blessing me through the endless opportunities, and it would be a great honor to work with you. Real estate is built on trust. Let your peace of mind start with Ambassador.
Shredding Hunger was a huge success. We had 131 cars drive through, with generous participants dropping off food, donating money, and getting their documents shredded. A total of 1,673 pounds of food and $905 in cash were donated. A big thank you to all the agents who volunteered and supported this event. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Be sure to share the recap of this event with your database using social media and by sending an email newsletter. Our event was featured in the Houston Chronicle as one of the top trunk or treat events to visit this Halloween in the Houston area. Trunk or Treat is this Saturday, October 26th. Bring your family and friends for a fun and safe evening of trunk-to-trunk candy collecting. Don't forget to share your flyer with your database.
Morning. How's everyone doing? You're good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
No?
Your mic's not on.
Yes, it is. Oh, now it is. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday, KW.
Happy Wednesday.
Okay, can we do this one more time? Because this was like not us. All right, happy Wednesday, KW Southwest. I'm still not feeling it. Can we do this one more time? Or shall we stand up and start dancing? Ah, we are not doing last week's team meeting. Happy Wednesday, KW Southwest. Better. Famshi, come on, join us. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. I appreciate it. All right, my favorite part, bucket fills. Every single week, there's somebody or something that you should or can be grateful for. New car, marriage, vacation, divorce, biggest listing, celebrations, anybody or anything that you are grateful for that you would like to share. All right, Gloria.
So last week I had a little bit of a misunderstanding with a fellow agent and decided. No, hey, hello, excuse me. And the best part of it is we became so much tighter after talking. Misunderstanding is the key word.
I love it. That's
Yes. And they know who they are.
That's awesome.
It wasn't me, for the record. Yeah.
We have
Oh,
Mona.
Mona said something. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, Mona, come on, come up front.
Okay, happy Diwali. It's our Diwali lunch today, so I'm very blessed and honored. It's the annual Festival of Lights. So how many of you guys know what Diwali is? Okay, it's our Indian religious holiday. It's on Friday, November 1st. So we have a lot of prayers and we have a lot of events, a lot of, as you can tell, I'm in the Indian dress. So we have a lot of Indian events. I'm going to about 6 events for Diwali. And we get all dressed up and then we give out sweets and food. And it's the way that you would celebrate your normal year in the US, but this is how we do it in India. So I'll be performing for you guys later today in the Diwali party, some slokas, bhajans, and a Bollywood song. So
All right.
yeah, so happy to help.
Awesome.
Who do we got?
Okay.
I was really just stretching. I could.
So my twin daughters are going to be 21 on the 1st of November. So I'm
Aw.
happy.
Aldridge.
All right, we have 2.
So we're grateful as a team because you see the escrow officers are here with me, but we got our first big commercial deal from our sponsor, Mid-First Bank, and he's sponsoring our code of ethics class this coming up next Wednesday. So we're excited. He sent us a big cash refi commercial deal.
Here we go. Like it. Anybody online? Going once, going twice. Moving on. All right, I would like to go ahead and welcome our fabulous lunch sponsor. Are they here?
I think they might be back there.
1 second. All right, so we're gonna come back to them in a minute.
All right.
Classes and events coming up, Nimesh.
Oh, great. Okay. Do not forget, first and foremost, every Friday, I'm still running that mastermind with updated docs and the new way of having conversations with our clients and potential clients. So please join me, whether it's on Zoom or in person. What do we got? Oh yeah, today, this afternoon, after team meeting at 1 o'clock is our, as Mona mentioned earlier, our Diwali potluck. So please feel free to join in. You can already see some of the decorated tables on this side. We'd love to have each and every one of you join us for that. Okay, good deal. Go back real quick. I think it's going to be about trunk or treat. Let's just listen to Barbara first.
Good morning, everyone. Have you heard the exciting news? Keller Williams Southwest was in the Houston Chronicle for one of the top 5 trunk or treat events. We are going to have a packed house, packed parking lot this Saturday. Remember, we still need trunks. If I can get 20 of you to come and agree to have a trunk, I think we can really blow this out of the park. But I understand, if you can't, please, please bring candy. We need to fill this up and have even more candy. If you can't do a trunk, please bring the candy in for all the kiddos. It's gonna be a great event, and I truly, truly need your help. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Awesome.
Oh, she gets a clap. Get claps. Do we get claps?
I
Man.
know.
All right. Barbara said she understands. I don't. Okay. This is a really big event that we throw every year, and she's absolutely correct. The fact that we were highlighted in the Houston Chronicle as one of the top places this year to celebrate trick or treat or trunk or treat, which means what? A lot of the community is going to be out there. Last year, we were pushing 2,000. God knows what that number is going to be this year. We have a lot of volunteers that are going to have trunks, but we need more. Okay, so if you're on the fence or you're still contemplating it, please, please, please register and get trunks. We need at least, like Barbara said, 20 more. Okay, so let's do 60 more. Sharon says 60.
5 to 7
is what we're at right now. Okay, so we're pushing 70 trunks, guys. That sounds like a lot. We need more, and we absolutely need more candy because every year we under anticipate how many people are going to be there. And then I've got to go make candy runs for $1,500, and then everybody complains because they apparently take forever in coming back with it. All right.
Nimesh, am I correct on the time? 5 to 7? What is the time? 6 to 8.
6 to 8 is correct. Okay, which we need you here before 5 o'clock or by 5 o'clock because then we have to block off the
Parking lot.
the parking lot. Okay. So let's be here before 5 o'clock because you guys are going to need time to set up. Please, please, please. This is a huge event for you to share with your community, your people, and invite them to come over. It's a great lead generation opportunity and mind share and brand awareness for you in our community. Take advantage of it.
If you don't have a trunk just yet, and after watching this video and realizing that you can get more business and exposure and you plan on having a truck, would you mind to raise your hand?
Love how she calls people out.
All right, two. Like it. If you cannot have a trunk and you're going to donate 1 bag of candy, can you raise your hand? Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Good deal. All right. Well, did we have
All
left?
All right.
Go ahead. You want to do
No,
it?
you.
Okay, cool. I'd rather Barbara do this, but it's okay. All right, we're having a decorate your door contest here at KW Southwest. Okay, so if you guys have any of you that have offices in here, we're encouraging you to decorate your door. We can see, Barbara's already done her part and she's already got something up there. You guys can go check it out. And our partners at New American Funding have done a fabulous job of decorating their entire office, actually. I would highly encourage you to check that out. But again, it's a contest. All right, so there's going to be prizes for it. I don't think we've announced what those prizes are yet, but okay, there's definitely a free agent bill for sure. Okay, so if you have any a dedicated area here, even the cubicle space, you're more than welcome to decorate that as well. Come on, guys, let's get in the spirit.
There's a Halloween costume contest too.
Oh, and a Halloween costume contest
Thursday next week.
Halloween day.
on Halloween.
Can
Okay.
you tell who came up with that content?
I know, right? Somebody's
Actually coming up.
extremely excited about that. We should have just had him come up and talk about this. No, right? It's awesome. Okay, what else we got coming up?
All right, now we have Rui. That's it.
That's
Thank
it?
you, Nimesh. Your time is over.
What?
Let's give him a clap. Nimesh, let it
I
go.
thought there was more.
You need clicker?
Thank you. All right, so thank you. I get the best part of the presentation or the best part of the day. I get to recognize some of the high achievers here in our office, and we've got a lot, and I really appreciate it. Can you hear me better now? Okay, gotcha. Okay, so first off, I want to say thank you to everybody because you guys really push hard for this time, and I appreciate it. I'm going to recognize first off the top listing units individuals. Our own Robbie Jansky, Serena Chu, Sahar Khatib, Arjun Jacobson, Eden T, Cheyenne Khan, Alpa Chokshi, Mona Parikh, Sapna Patel, Brandy Zimas, and Jamie Cassins. Let's keep it to one clap so that we can get on with this. I've got a lot. I've got a lot of people to recognize here. So top listing units, teams, it's the Diaz team, Flores team, the Werner Real Estate, and SMS Realty. One clap. That was good. A little bit better than that. Okay. Top listing units for groups, Akil Properties, Audra O'Neill team, SIA Group, the BMP team, and HTX Realty.
One clap.
One clap. And then top listing volume. So these are the individuals that listed the highest number of volumes for the month of September. Lyle Mugi, Adi Carazales, Sahar Khatib, Sapna Patel, Murtis Turner.
Rui, go back and tell us at least the number one spot. What kind of a listing volume are we talking about?
For listing volume,
Am I throwing you off? Sorry.
no worries, no worries. $5.7 million for the top person
That's
for
awesome.
September.
Good. Perfect.
It
Would
can be
you
done.
like him to include at least the number one slot so we know what numbers are we talking about? Fantastic. Let's do that.
Cool.
He's
All
not
right.
prepared. That's okay.
All good, all good. So top listing volume for the teams, the Diaz team, Rajesh and Nita Desai, Werner Real Estate, Flores team, and SMS Realty, with the largest doing just over 1.8 million.
Clap.
And for groups, Audra O'Neill team, Akil Properties, the BMP team, SIA Group, and Kathy Stubbs, with the largest doing $8.5 million.
Clap.
So if you look at the three before, just if you look at the top individuals from each of the groups, you're looking at almost $14 million between three people. So that's pretty impressive. So top closed units, this is going to be crazy. So Lyle Mugi, Bincy Jacob, Shamsha Ali, Sahar Khatib, Robbie Jansky, Tanisha Foster, Brad Countryman, Sapna Patel, Jamie Castens, Pam Shockey, and Susan Grzinski. So they together did 49 units in the month of September.
One clap.
Total closed units for teams, the DS team, Flores home team, Werner Real Estate, and Lupita DeCal. They together did 16 units, excuse me.
Awesome. One clap.
And closed for groups, BMP team, the Audra O'Neill team, Akil Properties, Kathy Stubbs team, and SIA Group. 60 units between this group right here. So if you look at the three groups I just mentioned, it's 125 units just for the month of September. That's crazy. I'm a numbers guy, so yeah. Oh yeah. Top adjusted close volume for the month of September for individuals: Lyle Mugi, Sahar Khatib, Pam Shockey, Sapna Patel, and Jamie Castens. They did combined $12.5 million.
Awesome. One
For the
clap.
month. For teams, the Flores team, the Diaz team, the Day team, Lupita DeCal, Marta Mohan team, $4.5 million. And then for groups, excuse me, Kathy Stubbs, Audra O'Neill's team, the BMP team, SIA Group, and HTX Realty, they did 18.5 million. So this group together, they did $54.5 million in volume in the month of September. That's crazy. Triple Crown Award. Okay. These were the individuals who did at least 3 transactions, not leases, counting for the month of September: Sahar Khatib, Lyle Mugi, Shamsha Ali, Bincy Jacob, Robbie Jansky, Jamie Castens, Sapna Patel, Pam Shockey, and Brad Countryman. And then we'll go into the Kellerversaries. This one always gets me. Okay, so the first year, Roxana Akbar, celebrating the first year, Jen Gonzalez, Cassandra Hinojosa, Brandon Sims, Alexandra Yanes. Celebrating 2 years, Raj Gupta, Latanya Harris Finley, Joseph Oliveras, Adrian Scott. 3 years, Farah Maman, Anu Nigam. 4 years, David Jones, Julia Smith, Paul Walsh. Excuse me. 5 years, Stephen Adams, David Shang, Lisa Rivera. 6 years, Markeisha Coy, Ann Ross, and CW Ross. 7 years, Angela Jackson. 8 years, Lee Irvin, Melody Irvin, Ryan Irvin, Audra Sivasati, excuse me. 9 years, Robbie Jansky. 10 years, Zana Jones. 14 years, Audra O'Neill. 16 years, Susan Grzinski.
Can we start clapping? That's
Yeah.
a lot of years.
It's a lot. Mike Wong for 17 years. Kimbra Valashovic for 19 years. Our very own broker of the year century, Andy St. Jean at 20 years. 28 years, Chandra Baker Kearns and Todd Baker. That says a lot. I mean, we've got a lot of people that are 10 plus years. That says a lot about the company in general and this brokerage in general.
That's awesome.
The $1 Million Associate. This is pretty cool. Kathy Stubbs teams. These are the individuals who have sold $1 million or more for the month. Excuse me. Kathy Stubbs team, Audra O'Neill team, Lyle Mugi, BMP team, Sahar Khatib, Pam Shaki, Shamsha Ali, Jamie Castens, Sapna Patel, Brandy Zimas, Robbie Jansky, Ash Banzal, Kimbra V, HTX Realty, and Susan Grzinski. So it says that they closed over 40 million. They were just teetering at $41 million for the month of September. And then this is a big one for me. Like I always say, the first list, the just listed and first close. Just listed. First one is Dipti Tripathi. Tim Jacobs. And then now the first closing with KW. Ayaz Dewani. Gloria Padilla. Floral Zigzag. Sandra Badillo. And Shamita Mosley. I'd love to at some point see these people start coming up into the other top listing, top volume. I think it would be awesome. These are hustlers, so you got them. And this is my part of the presentation.
All right, awesome. Karine is requesting remote control of your screen, Norman. All right, awesome. What I would like to do before we dive into our guest speaker, I would like to invite our fabulous lunch partners. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please come on up and let's give them a round of applause. If you don't mind to stand over here so people online can see you as well.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Yvonne Grayson. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. I am with Concierge Title. Have been with them for a little over 4 years. I've been in the title business over 20. We only charge $250 flat title fees and $0 to close you anywhere you would like. And I mean anywhere. Somebody was on a road trip in Canada, and wherever they were, when their deal was ready, we contacted a notary there, and we closed on the side of the road. So literally anywhere. How do we do it? When I first interviewed with this company, I had no intentions of going to work for them. I just thought, how can we do this? And I get it now. We don't have brick and mortar. Everyone works from home. They're much happier that way, I do believe. And everyone makes money on the title policy. We have all major underwriters. There's no sacrifice. This really is not too good to be true. It's we pass our savings along to you. What else? I always think of it with Ron Remote Online. We do cash buyers and sellers online. If they want someone there, we're happy to send someone. We don't send just any notary. We know it's important to not send crazy psycho people to people's homes. So we vet them and we make sure they are quality people. What else? With Zalcom, it makes life easier as well. So if you're not using it, you should. So, okay, well, thank y'all for listening. And if anyone have any questions? No. Okay, well, every consumer I've talked to loves the concept. So I imagine you will be the hero if you introduce them to a company that doesn't charge them unnecessary fees and the convenience of putting your kids in bed, and we'll see you at 8 o'clock at your house if that's what is convenient for you. So thank you for your time. I'll leave some cards in the next to the food. Oh. Hi, you guys. Yes, me, my Vanna. Can everybody see this? I'm sure. Yeah. I'm Mary Buckner with Old Republic Home Protection. I've been with Old Republic for 7 years now.
Can I ask you to stand here?
Sure,
Because we have 40
I'm so
people online.
sorry. I've been with Old Republic for 7 years now, but I just recently took over the Southwest Division, so I am a new face to you guys, and I'm here to hopefully earn your business and become a partner with you, and help keep your clients happy, because happy client is happy to refer, right? So are you sour on home warranties? Life is sweet with ORHP, and here are some reasons why we are the best in the Milky Way.
Sometimes real estate can be no bueno. That's why we go the extra mile to make sure you get good and plenty of referrals to make sure you get lots of big paydays. We want to help make you look like a lifesaver and not a dum-dum. So when your clients, Mike and Ike, call you because it's a hot tamale in their house and baby Ruth is crying, just remember you were able to score them a home warranty. And not just any home warranty with any whatchamacallit company. One with Old Republic Home Protection to help you save several grand. You don't have to be a home warranty nerd. That's why I'm here. My smarties on my team will assess the situation and send out a big hump to do the repairs to make you look like a hero and not a zero. So the next time you're in a crunch with a whopper of an issue, don't subject yourself from snickers from your peers and your coworkers from having a bad home warranty company. Go with one that really satisfies. Go with Old Republic Home Protection, Mary B with ORHP. In fact, I'll take 5. Your next orders. Thank you. So really quickly, so just to go over Old Republic super quick, not going to take too much time. We are very well known for our coverage. We cover 100% refrigerant. We have no dollar limit on our HVAC. For $500, you can cover your clients with that. We have great water heater coverage, everything to take care of your clients to make sure we take care of their needs as well as their budget. We also have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that we have maintained for 30 straight years. That's super impressive, especially in the home warranty industry. And again, like I said, I'm here to help you grow your business. I have a service assistant who is designated to me. So if ever there's a situation that you feel like it's not going like you think it should, that's when you reach out to me and let me allow Mary Jane to get in there and take care of it. She'll contact the technician, your homeowner, and you as well, so that we make everything as smooth as possible. Again, I'd love to earn your business. If you haven't used Old Republic in the past, please let's get together. I know at the end of the day, people do business with people. So let's get together, let's meet, and let's grow our business together, repeat referral business together. Okay. One last thing. So ORHP has all treats and no tricks. A lifesaver to remind you of the times you've been one. A Tootsie Roll to help you roll with the punches. A Starburst for a burst of energy when you need one. And gum to help you get through those sticky situations. Skittles for the rainbow that you create. Snickers to remind you to always keep your humor. Paydays so that you may be filled with plenty. Thanks, you guys.
That's awesome.
Good thing, I apologize. For your next buyer, reach out to me and I'll give them a coupon to take care of their first service fee. They can use it to have their locks rekeyed at move-in, so it's a free rekey. So just reach out to me, make sure they go through me, and I'll give you this coupon for them. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was very entertaining. Would you agree? Awesome. Thank you, Norman, for helping me. What I would like to do right now is to welcome our fabulous guest. Give her a huge round of applause. Yvonne, come on up. And you and I are gonna probably stand like right next to each other, so that way people can see you. Raise your hand if you know Yvonne. Okay, a few of you. Okay, fantastic. For the rest of you that don't know who Yvonne Peña is, would you mind to introduce yourself and give them just a quick bio so they don't have to spend time on their phone Googling you right now?
Well, I'm interested to see what that would do. I'm kidding. So my name is Yvonne Peña. I am at the Houston Central office. I was a teacher for 13 years. I have 2 kids, and my husband is military veteran, so he is a disabled vet. But I started my real estate career in 2019 is when I got licensed. I wasn't convinced, so I kept teaching. I didn't leave the teaching world until May of 2021. After that, I became a full-time realtor and successfully became a mega agent. So that was really nice to do really quickly. I now am structured. I am a solo agent still. I have a part-time admin who does showing specialist for me. So she does my showings. And then I have a TC.
Okay, fantastic. Would you mind to tell them a little bit more about your sales volume?
Sure. So my very first year while I was still teaching, I sold 10 units. And I said, okay, cool. Because my mindset was I just wanted to make an extra $25,000. That would have been great. And then I started seeing myself doing a little bit better. So the next year I sold 17 units. And then after that, my volume became a lot bigger. So I told myself in March, it was spring break, I said, if I can make my teaching salary by July, which is the time, any teachers in here, prior teachers, by the time I have to resign, which was the first week of July, I want to give myself a year off. Well, I made my teaching salary by that May, and I said, I'm out. And I never went back. I never went back to teaching. I now do, last year I did about 11.8 by myself, and this year I'm projected for about 14.2.
Would you like to know how she did it from a part-time agent while being a teacher to a mega individual? Awesome. Let's talk about it. So Yvonne is one of the few agents that is thriving in shifting market. Did we have many conversations that this year is tough? Well, she disagrees, and that's why I asked her to join us today so she can share some best practices as far as what's working for her and her showing assistant slash admin to thrive in today's market. So would you mind to share the 3 lead generation strategies that you and I have discussed that you see the biggest ROI on?
Absolutely. So first of all, I want to be as transparent and real as possible because I want you to relate. And I know a lot of you are probably in my position. There's some of you that are doing more, which is amazing. I was motivated just by the numbers right now. So that's awesome. But I was winging it. I was very much winging it. You know, when you're a teacher for 10 plus years, I was doing my lesson on the ride there, to be honest. And I would wing it. And that's what I was doing in my first few years of real estate. I was like, oh, I'm making money, not a big deal. So I wasn't really tracking. I wasn't taking care of my numbers. So if that's you right now, I'm going to tell you stop and start tracking and make sure you know your numbers. Once
Can I
start,
pause you though?
yes.
Can I pause you? What do you mean know your numbers?
Know how many contacts you have to make, know what your goal is. A lot of people that I ask now don't even know what their goal is. So know what your goal is. How are you going to get there? You know, your volume, your units, all of those things I think you should be tracking. Secondly, another big thing that you should be tracking is where are your leads coming from? Once I figured that out, I understood what my strongest 3 lead generation sources were. So I started tracking and I discovered that 57% of my business was coming from referrals, from past clients, from my sphere. The 27% was coming from social media, and then the 16% was coming from open houses. So then once I knew that information, I was focused on those 3 lead generations.
Awesome. Let's do a little workshop. We have not prepared for this, but whenever she did tell me about the 3 lead generation strategies that are working for her in, somebody mark our carpet here, that is working for her, I was very surprised to hear how structured she is. And I would like to go ahead and cover with you the structure whenever it comes to each lead generation system. So let's go ahead and start with your system around referrals. And I'm going to go ahead and write it down so you guys can go ahead and implement it.
Yeah, so I think a lot of us right away are thinking, well, like, you're lucky you had a big sphere or you had a lot of referrals already, which that wasn't the case. But I learned very quickly that I couldn't be a ghost agent. We've all heard that, right? So I had to start telling everybody and anybody who I knew that I was an agent. So if you go back into my social media, you go back way back when, I was doing some very, what do you call it? Immature videos. Yeah, selfie videos. And I was just putting it out there. I probably didn't know what I was saying. I didn't know everything at that time. True story too is I hadn't even bought my first house. So that's another whole story because when I came into real estate, my credit was horrible. And that's just being transparent and vulnerable. So I hadn't even purchased my first house. So I didn't have a lot of experience. I couldn't tell you how to go through the process because I hadn't gone through it myself. So maybe some of you are young and you're still renting, whatever the case is, that don't let those things stop you. Okay, so then I started just letting everybody and anybody know that I was an agent. That was number 1. Number 2, after that, I started becoming very intentional about what I was doing. So I told myself for the next 90 days, I'm committing to open houses. I gave myself 90 days. I know some of you go to an open house and say it wasn't worth it. Nobody showed up. You're missing the point. And don't stop. If you stop in 1 week, you're not going to see results. Nothing you do, a diet you do in a day is not going to give you results, right? You cannot stop. Whatever you choose to make your lead generation, be consistent. Be consistent. Give yourself at least 90 days. So that's what I did. I started doing open houses consistently for 90 days. My showing agent today, I made her do that as a test. If you want to work with me, you must not have any weekends off for the next 90 days. She committed and she's gotten 7 buyers from that.
Okay, do you just show up at an open houses or do you do any activities around the open house?
Lots of activities. So you definitely want to do the 7 levels of an open house, which I'm not going to train you on that, but you should know you definitely want to do that. You want to prepare. I use Remind and I make sure that I do circle prospecting. My grand opening open house, now that I have listings, are very major for me. So I partner up with like Kona Ice in the summer, whatever you want to do to partner up with somebody, a vendor. You have amazing vendors here that will be glad to show up for you. I was coming from a teaching salary. I didn't have a lot. You don't have to have a lot. Partner up with people and make it simple. It's not always the monetary amount that you're putting out there. So make sure that you come prepared. At least 25 signs, no less. You cannot open an open house for me if you do less than 25 houses. I'm very picky, and this is the reason why. So you have to have 25 signs at least. Show up at least 30 minutes before. If you can set up the night prior, set up the night prior.
Okay, so 7 level open houses. B, what is your other lead gen activity and strategies around it?
So as I started building clients at this point. So I started getting referrals, right? So how that happened was, number one, you have to have a process from start to finish that is like white glove. Are you being the solution maker for everything, or are you just going through the motions? Are you just, and that was my biggest thing from start to finish. How can I offer a concierge service to where my clients aren't looking anywhere outside of me? And that's difficult when you're a solo agent, but it's possible. And it goes back to relationships. You have to build relationships with everyone and anybody: painters, electricians, plumbers, cleaning people, landscapers. Like, if you don't have a list of those people that know you and that you can refer, and somebody can say, Yvonne told me to call you, then you're also missing some points. Because again, what did my clients do? They knew just to call me, and I always had a solution for them. So absolutely, they're going to refer me because they're leaving with a great experience. So experience is key. Don't just go through the motion. Don't just see it as a commission check. Yes, I do this to make money. I have to feed a family and make money. We all do, right? We have to be honest. But make sure that you are truly and genuinely helping the people that are in front of you.
Okay, going back. So now you have some clientele. You said 57% of your business is referral. Somebody sends you a referral. What happens?
Right away, you reward the behavior. You have to reward the behavior. Doesn't matter if they're qualified, doesn't matter if they don't even have a job. It is just the simple fact of rewarding the behavior. What does that? A handwritten note and a $5 Starbucks card. A handwritten note and Bahama Bucks in the summer. Whatever it is, you must reward the behavior right away. So I have a sheet on a Google Sheets that I track anybody and everybody. That is a question we ask. Who told you about us? How did you hear about me? And once I know, you reward the behavior. I even take it a little bit further and make a personal video. Hey, James, thank you so much for sending me Bradley and Ben. I spoke to them today. Because of you, we're going to help them and we're going to get them on track. Have a great day. Simple, free. Does that mean something to James? Absolutely. So simple, simple, simple. Reward the behavior right away. Same day.
Talk to me about the Facebook page and the events.
After that, I started wanting to continuously give more to my clients and not just touches like in the mail or pop buys. So I created a private Facebook page for past clients. And here I give. And it's a lot of educational stuff, but it's things like tips for my landscaper, maintenance, how to do your taxes, how to protest your taxes, how to file for homestead if you haven't done so, which hopefully they have by then if they were my client. Just anything educational, the simplest things, but give back. If you're constantly coming from contribution, people are going to want to follow and engage with you. So you have to come from contribution in everything you give. I also do, and this is something that we're going to incorporate even more this following year, but giveaways. Giveaways are a big one to keep your audience engaged, and they're simple. Simple, $50 gift card. Again, find a sponsor. At this point, you start building business, ask sponsors, ask people, or a Stanley Cup. People were going crazy for Stanley Cups, right? How many people do you think are going to engage with you for a giveaway? Everybody likes free stuff. So that is another way where you can continuously engage your audience.
Awesome. What about the dinner?
So this year we became really intentional about tracking who was referring to us. So we have set up a private dinner for all the people that referred us. So even if they didn't close successfully, they are invited to this private dinner.
Okay. Would you agree that this is a good experience? Would you agree that this is a good way of encouraging her sphere to continue to send her referrals?
And side note on that real quick, you know who's paying for the private dinner? Do y'all use the Reliant concierge services? Remember, I give a concierge service, so I have a utility concierge on my team. He's for everybody in our office. I've accumulated $1,200 just this year from referring people to sign up for utilities.
Oh, wow.
That's what's paying for the dinner.
That's awesome. All right. So open houses, referrals, providing experience. See, social media. Talk to me about that.
Social media was hard for me because I felt old. So you are going to be looking at me crazy because I come from a very young office. Okay, let's just say that. So in my office, I'm very old, right? But social media was a little bit difficult for me because I felt like, and again, I'm being really honest, right? A lot of people tend to look at social media as, what do people look like? You don't fit the part, right? They're selling themselves most of the time, or their image. So I had to retrain myself to understand that, again, people are going to follow you because of who you are. People are going to do business with you and connect with you because of who you are. So I just do me. I am simply me on social media. And that's why the selfie videos were working, because people were relating to me. I was talking about how difficult it was, that I have a non-negotiable that I pick up my kids from school. So I was, doing videos from the car line or things like that. But people started relating to me and engaging with me. And that's how I started getting them to connect with me. So social media, keep it real, keep it genuine. Don't try to be super flashy. It works for some people. That's probably like 1%. Think about it. So don't be something you're not, because then it's going to be really hard to keep up with. It's going to be really, really hard to keep up with. And consistency, it goes back to consistency. You have to post every day. Guys, I told you, and I'll tell you again, I was coming from a teaching salary where we don't make a lot of money, and social media is free. It's absolutely free. I have never till this day paid for ads. Never. Until recently, I hired Colton. Everybody know Colton? I think he comes in maybe, but I hired Colton and he started helping me with social media so I can, I have bigger goals next year. So I want to focus on that more, especially knowing that it's one of my top lead generating sources. So I have hired finally, but that was just 2 months ago. So I was doing it by myself.
So did you hire him just to do social media reels for you, or what does he do for you?
A lot of it is still the same concept. Honestly, it's just, to be honest, I'm not very technology savvy. So me editing a video is taking me way too long. So I can meet with Colton for 3 hours and we produce 40, 50 videos.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, good. So just basically partnering up with somebody on a social media aspect.
Right.
Okay. What is the ROI that you're getting from social media? I mean, are we talking about 1 referral a quarter? Like, what does it look like?
I would say so. I would say at least 1 a month.
1 month.
At least a solid, true closing referral, at least once a month. We get a lot more from that. I would say we get referrals, I'm going to estimate about 5 to 8 a week, but solid closings from it was about once a month.
Okay. So about the 8 leads that you receive a week, right? I would be looking at 30 plus a month. Are those nurtures for the future?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We still put them in the pipeline. They're still, on our private Facebook pages. They're still getting all of us. Essentially, we help them get there. So we put them on a smart plan. We put them on all the things to make sure that they don't forget about us and we don't forget about them.
Okay, awesome. What I love about what you shared is it's very human. You're a mom, you're a wife, you got to pick up your kids, right? You have previous career as a teacher. What do you think it was for you that helped you thrive in today's shifting market?
I think the understanding that, again, it goes back to your why, right? I was just having a conversation with Nimesh, and when I came into this industry, my goals weren't very big. My goals were just to simply not go back to teaching. I didn't want to go back. So anything I made above my teaching salary was great because I thought that was a plus. You know, I was doing fine. When I started seeing that I can triple, you know, quadruple, 6 times, 7 times my income, that's when I started saying, man, I can still do this and have a balanced life. And it goes along with leverage. You have to make sure that I am a solo agent, but I do leverage a lot of things out. And I think that's important because then you start losing the quality of your service. And if you want to be referral based, you want your quality to stand out. So sometimes it is that limiting belief where I didn't want to pay anybody else, you know, for a service that I could do because I wanted to do it all. And nobody was going to do it like me. And essentially you have to let that go and understand that when you are doing that, people are getting more of you and you are able to help more people.
That's
And there's
awesome.
always people out there. I know this is a tough market. I understand. I get it. It's been challenging. My first quarter was hard and I had to get above that. I think every top producer in here can say that you're always going to have a hard time. They make it look easy, but it's not. So I think you have to understand that even through those obstacles that we challenge, there's people out there buying every day. People are needing to move. People are needing to relocate. Are you putting yourself in a position where you're the first that they think about when they need to do that?
So would you say that you have also doubled down or you were forced to double down on your lead generation in 2024?
Oh, absolutely. I've doubled down. And even now, I'm not even thinking about this year anymore. I'm thinking about 2025. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I think we have about 5 minutes for some questions. I would love for you to come up with some real raw questions that we could learn from Yvonne whenever it comes to best practices. Anyone?
You like to be a team or you like to work by yourself?
That's a great question.
Can you repeat the question for people online?
Yeah, so he said, do I like to work by myself or with a team? I know now that I can't do it by myself. So essentially, I have leveraged out a lot of pieces to my business. Specifically, how I work well is through showing agents. That's really helped me. A very powerful TC. I love her. I depend on her. And then an admin position. I think that that structure right now is working well for me. Essentially, my goal is to probably grow, but I do believe in small and mighty. I'm not a big team person.
Okay, we have 2 questions in the back. Sir?
Yes, my question is, to tell people what you do. Are you talking about? All you did was tell your share circle verbally, or was it emails, other things?
Yeah, great question. So I started verbally. So yes, I made the phone calls. Bold really forced me to do that. So if you've never taken Bold as a new agent, I highly encourage it. I did my first Bold 100 and I just started catching fire. That's
some of our
honestly.
agents that don't know what Bold 100 is, would you mind to tell them?
So
what
you
the
have to
conversation sounded
make
like?
100 contacts in one day. One day. And I will tell you, like even going through Calibre, Ignite, whatever you went through, for me, I had a very small mind where I didn't want to call anybody. I don't want to, you know, like it's you have to swallow your pride and you have to just do it. Especially when you think about why you're here to make an income. You don't want to go back to where you were or find another position, right? So you have to do the things that maybe get you outside of your box. And then essentially, once you do have the business, then you can choose what you're great at or what you love to do. But before then, you have to create that for yourself. So you do have to do the uncomfortable things, the getting out there, the door knocking, whatever it's going to take to get you out there. So for me, it may be different than it looks for you, but I started wherever I was going. Everybody knew that I was an agent. If I was going to lunch, everybody at that place knew. I have my regular spots, right? If I was going to the gym, everybody knew. At my kids' school, I was the class mom and everybody knew because I would wear my real estate shirt. Brand yourself. You're a walking billboard of yourself. Make sure that everybody knows who you are. and what you do.
Love
Don't
it.
come off as a salesman though. Then they're not gonna wanna engage with you anymore.
We had one question in the back, sir.
How do you pick up your how do you pick up your preferred
Vendors?
Vendors?
not necessarily vendors, but like your vendors?
Vendors?
Vendors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That you buy a house, how do you
Yes.
how would you puzzle people?
Right. So anybody that I do work with, I do have a sit down with. I think that is so important. You can't just trust anybody, and nothing against anybody, but they have to have the same vision that you have. They have to align with your beliefs, how you work. I am very, what's the word? Yes, maybe perfectionist. So I need things to happen a certain way. And if we can't have that relationship, then they're probably not the best for me, because my clients are going to sense that tension, or they're going to sense that this is not working out correctly. So you need to find people that you can connect with, that you personally maybe have used. So for like, as far as like my vendors, like cleaners and things like that, those are people that I have personally used. And at this point in my career, I think that I would never refer anybody that I wouldn't personally use. I think that's the way I see it, because again, I want my clients to understand that I take them very seriously. And if I wouldn't use them, then why in the heck would I refer them? Yeah.
Awesome. One more question. Time for one last question. Anybody online or over here? All right, go ahead.
Every day, like posting women's related.
That's a great question. So she's asking, when I'm posting every day on social media, is it all real estate? No, people would get bored and they wouldn't follow me anymore. Yeah, let's be honest. Like, I know some people do well with just posting tours of houses, but essentially there's no value, because the value is given to that property, not to you. They're not remembering you, they're remembering the house. So I think the biggest thing is the 80-20 rule. I follow the 80-20 rule. And then showing them who you are too, because remember, this is a relationship of this is a business of relationships. It's a contact sport. So you want to make sure that they can relate to you and connect with you as well. So social media, in sense, is also a buyer, telling people who you are, what you like, what do they want to do the business with you? Some people are not going to connect with you, and that's okay. But I would say the 80-20 rule. And then you need to set your boundaries as far as what's too personal and what's not. Yeah. I would say 80% real estate, 20% personal. That's kind of what I follow. And even sometimes in personal, it can be like your story. I know I just posted a recent one about my credit score, my story, where we come from. And just from that, people were able to relate. And I had like 12 leads from that story, from one story. So you want to make yourself relatable. Sometimes you have to be vulnerable and put yourself in positions where, hey, she was able to do it, I can too. Let me reach out. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Was this helpful? Would it be helpful if she sticks around for a minute and we can eat lunch with her? Yeah. Awesome. Let's give her a
as long as I can pick up my kids.
All right. Thank you so much, Yvonne. We appreciate you. I would like to go ahead and invite our fabulous business partners. So please come up. We are going to start with Christina leading the way. Continue to clap. Look at her looking all fabulous. Here, I will pass it up for you.
I just need one to read. Hello. How are y'all? I always have to do this. I'm so tall. Okay. Hello, Christina with Majestic Title. We get lots of questions at closing regarding capital gains taxes and if we are going to have to pay them. Title companies, I don't know if you know this, but we are responsible for only determining if the sale is supposed to be reported, not how much or if any capital gains are to be paid. So at the closing, we do have, it's called a like 1099-S or something, IRS number form, but we ask these 6 questions. The first one is, has the seller owned and used the principal residence as for an aggregate of at least 2 years? So was it a principal residence? Did they file a homestead? Did they live in the property? 2, the seller has not sold or exchanged another principal residence in the past 2 years. Again, homestead, they live in the property. No portion of the resident has been used for business or rental purposes. So they didn't conduct any business out of it. They didn't file their taxes like that. They're not selling Mary Kay out of their office, none of those sorts. And then there's unmarried and married. So if you're unmarried, the sale of the property has to be $250,000 or less. If you have a spouse, it's $500,000 or less. The last two questions have to do with a 1031 exchange. And a lot of times we get that, what the heck is that? That means they didn't do it. If you check true to all of these questions, then the sale of the home does not have to be reported to the IRS. So I hope that was helpful. And when you get questions from your clients, obviously you can pass along this. If not, just have them give us a call and we will walk them through it. Thanks, guys.
Well, good morning, everyone. Just want to say that was some incredible information that Yvonne shared with you all. It's just about once you get to a point of determining, is it costing me more money to keep my outside job than to conduct a full-time real estate job? There's a big distinction there. And if it's costing you money or you're losing business in real estate, it's the time to get with someone and go full in. So just in regards to what's going on in the mortgage industry, anyone aware with what interest rates are doing right now? They are going up. Anyone have an idea as to what the reason that they're going up is? Well, there's this thing that's happening in a couple of weeks. It's on a Tuesday. There's a lot of uncertainty. Whatever magically is supposed to happen with the election, it's going to happen. And then people need to understand that it's time to move forward. Do you need to buy a house to put your family into? And so use that as a conversation piece. I don't know what magically happens the first of the year, but people want to wait until after the first of the year. It's a great time to buy real estate. We spoke briefly about paying more money over time for a house while you're waiting for an interest rate to come down. In addition to paying more money on the sales price, think of the interim interest that's paid on $20,000. A $20,000 loan, more money that they're financing at a 6% interest rate on a 30-year loan is an additional $24,000 in just interest. That house technically, instead of just $20,000, costs them almost $45,000 more out of their pocket. It's a great time to buy. Thank you, guys.
How you doing, guys? This is Matthias with Home USA Mortgage, and Dale always does a great job wrapping what's kind of going on in the mortgage world. But I read something today, and I wanted to share it with you. I read today that in the United States, as of today, there's $36 trillion in home equity. So that's how much equity has built up with, amongst all U.S. citizens. So that is a great data point for us as mortgage brokers, because that means there's an opportunity for refinance. And we always think of refinance of saving money, right? And having to potentially always just, it's a money number, it's a number, but there's a lot of other circumstances that happen, right? Could be life events, there could be a death in the family, you need to pull out money for whatever the case may be, but that is also sales opportunities for you guys as realtors. So anyways, we don't know what's going to happen with interest rates, right? If we did, we'd be in a different place, right? Yeah. So we can only just kind of hold on for the ride and just, the sooner the better. So if you guys have any questions relating mortgage, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I just want to introduce our escrow officer, Miss Angie, is here with me today, but we want to tell you reminding about our class that's next Wednesday was the Code of Ethics class. And I did put the website on the board just in case you forgot. The first 20 people that sign up do get a door prize. So we want to make sure that you signed up, you're registered, so you're ready to go. And then the second thing that we have our new class, people have been coming to us, asking us how to put on a listing presentation. So we're teaching how to do a listing presentation and a podcast, and that's on November the 1st. And if you use Pet App, we teach you with the binder, the clear protectors, how to put everything together with the QR codes for the buyer's guide and the seller's guide. So we just want to remind you, if you want those two classes, we have them coming up, but especially next Wednesday at 1 o'clock from 1 to 4 is Code of Ethics. First 20 people that signed up do get a door prize. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's Eduardo with Reliant. I mentioned something a few weeks ago about points, right? So whenever you guys refer a client over to me and they sign up with me, you guys get referral points. And there was, my reminder was that those points do expire after 18 months of inactivity. And I think by now I may have reached out to everyone who has points and are kind of approaching that expiration date. So if I didn't, I mean, I think I did, but just in case, make sure to check. If you have an account, make sure to log in and check those points. I had to reach out to a few people who have hundreds of dollars worth of points, and some even that reached over $1,000 worth of points that have not used them and were approaching that expiration date. I don't want you to lose that money. That's free money for you. I mean, you can redeem them for gift cards, for electronics, a lot of different things. So don't lose out on them. But for everyone else, thank you so much for sending referrals my way. And I actually want to give a shout. I don't think she's here, but Brandy Zimos has been my #1 referrer. So I thank you so much to Brandy. I don't know if she's watching online, but if not, I'll reach out to her. And thank you for everybody else. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, now we know you can do a private client appreciation dinner with Reliant Points. So now we know from Yvonne. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We truly appreciate you. Let's enjoy lunch and then join us at 1 p.m. for a Diwali celebration and to watch Mona Parikh dance. All right.